Hello again. Today we will practice a little bit speaking, writing, topics actually that we talked about in the last video, dates, famous people in the past. I hope you will like it. Okay, in the end of this video, I expect you to be able to respond to simple conversations in familiar context with familiar vocabulary that we have learned so far. Okay, first of all, here we have some professions that, of course, we have talked about, if you remember, in previous video, about the people, famous people that we discussed together, and the quiz that we have done. So now we will talk a little bit which professions were mentioned in the quiz, and then you will mention a few famous people that you know. First, listen how do we pronounce these professions, and then we will continue with the rest.
Unit 3, Student's Book, page 28, Exercise 3. Listen and repeat. Which professions are in the quiz?
Actor, actress, author, comedian, composer, dancer, film director, inventor, magician, painter, scientist, singer.
Okay, these were a few professions that were mentioned in the quiz. Now, can you name any famous people for each of these professions? Take some time and try to find a famous person for each jobs or professions. Okay. Here are the professions that were mentioned in the quiz. Probably you got them before. Now, let's see which people did you pick for each profession. Okay, I wrote a few of famous people for each professions here, but probably you got them differently depending on which you reminded at the moment. So, actress, one of the actresses that we know is Julia Roberts, author, Mark Twain, comedian, Charlie Chaplin, composer, Beethoven, dancer, Jennifer Lopez, film director, Steven Spielberg, inventor, Thomas Edison, magician, David Copperfield, painter, Leonardo da Vinci, scientist, Isaac Newton, and singer, Rita Ora. Probably you got them differently, but I wrote some of them. Okay, if you remember from the last video that we talked about writing and reading dates. So as you saw, we use ordinal numbers for the dates that we want to tell, to write. Here, I wrote both of them, cardinal and ordinal numbers. So as you can see, the differences between them. So it's 1, ordinal is first, 2, ordinal is second, 3, third, 4, fourth, 5, fifth, 6, sixth, 7, seventh, 8, eighth, 9, ninth, 10, tenth, 11, 11th, 12, 12th. So here are the ordinal numbers, some of them, of course, that we use in dates. Okay, some information about using dates. In British English, the date usually begins with a day followed by the month, while in American English, the month is normally first. So how to ask the date? If you want to ask what the date is, you can say, "What's the date today?" Or "What's today's date?" "What's the date tomorrow?" or what's tomorrow's date? Or for example, in the past, what was the date yesterday? You can answer by saying it's 27th of September, or today is 27th of September. Tomorrow is September 28th. How to say the date? When we say dates in English, we use ordinal numbers, as I said before. So for 1 January, we say the 1st January. We don't say the cardinal number 1, but we say first. And we say the before the number followed by of, as I told you before. For example, it's the 1st of January. So when you write it, you don't write the or of, but you just pronounce it when you read the date. It's also possible to invert the month and day. For example, it's January the 1st. In this case, you don't need to say the and of. Okay, here we have again the Charlie Chaplin form that we discussed about together, and probably you did that in the last video, so you can just practice it once more. Okay, for homework, you're going to complete activity book, page 26. This was about today's video. I hope that you liked it, you understood it. See you in the next video, and thank you for your attention.